Huh. It fit earlier. No, 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 it's okay. Yeah, it's recording now. Why? No, it's okay.
Way down here, right?
Oh, you should be here, right next to the turtle well. No one else is coming? Second.
Yeah, and I gotta run that. Yeah, you better go. And have you called my guy yet?
No, I still not.
Colonel Valdez? He's still in there, so you have to connect.
Oh, I trust you.
I'll try.
What's going on? You guys doing good? Good? Another day in the life. Good, how are you? house? No, this weekend Sunday. They're taking me on the art trip. I'm doing spoiled. I like to say yes. I don't know. Probably shop and go to the lights and I don't know what else we're going to do. If we can find it on Sunday, probably go back. No. I went to the one in Tokyo. There he is.
Now I'm ready. Sorry, people were attacking me. This guy's serious.
I don't know what day.
It's gonna be packed. I'm not on music. Where are you going? I know, it's quick. For work? Let's go. I said, thanks for the invite. Back to unite.
There you
Yes.
go.
We have to do it.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Always for probably need to affect something. We just don't get it until they sign it. So we'll eventually get it. I wish I was like the last so I could just go stay home and then still get paid for it when they come back. Holy cow, look at Joe Help Hero side. Oh my God. I like the word you put.
I'm up. I can't go
All right,
anywhere.
Henry. That's right, Henry. Use your command voice.
That's legitimately why I decided to sit. So,
Guys, where are you going? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, good, good.
Okay. What trip is going on? Are you going to what?
Go for a ride with the guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Alexander Latterini, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. It is my privilege to welcome you to the retirement ceremony honoring Technical Sergeant Paul Michael Richards' 21 years of distinguished service to the United States Air Force. At this time, please ensure all electronic devices are silenced or turned off. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of the Japanese and United States national anthems. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Today, we celebrate a time-honored tradition, a military retirement ceremony to recognize Technical Sergeant Paul Richards for his 21 years and 1 month of military service in the United States Air Force. The retirement ceremony is one of the oldest and most traditional ceremonies in the United States military, honoring members as they retire from long and honorable careers of faithful service to our nation. This ceremony will leave Technical Sergeant Richards and his family a tangible expression of appreciation of their contributions throughout the years, and reinforce the bond demonstrated in his uninterrupted membership as a part of the United States Air Force family, even in retirement. Let us take a moment to acknowledge special guests attending today's retirement ceremony. Presiding official, Operations Officer, 35th Security Forces Squadron, Captain Brian C. Troy. Commander, 35th Mission Support Group, Colonel Jonathan Bell. Deputy Director, 35th Mission Support Group, Patricia Mockstead. Senior Enlisted Leader, 35th Security Forces Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Christopher Price. Technical Sergeant Richard's family, his wife Mayumi Richards, his father-in-law, Mr. Yoshiyuki Matsuda, and his mother-in-law, Mrs. Naoko Matsuda. His sister-in-law, Ms. Rumi Matsuda, and his sister, Mrs. Shannon Richards. We would also like to welcome all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and the men and women of the 35th Mission Support Group with a special welcome to the members of the 35th Security Forces Squadron. Captain Troy, would you please come forward for your remarks?
That's good. Morning. Morning. Distinguished guests, friends and family, men and women of the 35th Security Force Squadron, it is tremendous to see everyone here to pay tribute to Tech Sergeant Richards' 21 years of dedicated and faithful service. Paul, it's an honor and privilege to preside over your retirement ceremony and to be here on this special day with you and your family. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge someone very special to us today, Paul's wife, Mayumi. Mayumi, you have been Paul's most loyal supporter throughout this last part of his career, and I can only imagine the sacrifices that come with the territory of being an Air Force and Security Forces family. I don't take that for granted, and I know Paul doesn't either. Your unwavering support is truly appreciated, and I know he is looking forward to spending some much-needed time off with you. Also in attendance are Paul's father and mother-in-law, Yoshiyuki and Naoko, and his sister-in-law, Rumi. Thank you for joining us on this special day and being a part of Paul's military-issued family. Finally, flying all the way from Texas, Paul's sister, Shannon, being the younger sibling to someone in the military myself, I know it brings its unique challenges, so it's heartwarming to see you here to support your big bro on this day. So let's talk about Paul's career a little bit. Paul first enlisted in the Air Force in 2003, and in case anyone was wondering or counting, I was born just a few years than that. Chief knows a little bit about that. He spent the first part of his career at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Alaska and deployed as a senior airman responsible for the CENTCOM commander's personal security detail in Afghanistan, going between forward operating bases. In 2008, he made his way to Robbins Air Force Base, this time deployed to Balad as a young staff sergeant, leading teams outside the wire. 2011, he completed Tactical Security Element School and deployed again to Baghdad International Airport at Camp Sather, and led the first personal security details for teachers who would instruct Iraqi pilots English in order to learn how to communicate with air traffic control. 2013, he deployed one last time as the Flyaway Security Team NCOIC at Al Salim. He most notably led a mission to protect John McCain into Yemen to help broker a ceasefire in Syria. 2016, he finally made his way home to Japan, where he hasn't left since, and I wonder why. From leading as a flight sergeant to working behind the scenes in operations, to sending airmen out the door as the UDM, and rounding out his time as the anti-terrorism program manager, probably doing us a solid these last few months, Paul has made countless impacts while assigned to the 35th. In the last few years, I've known, or had the privilege to know, and work with Sergeant Richards. His proudest achievements have come from helping and deploying airmen, and that's where I've seen him shine the most. He is an honest and compassionate leader, and I have witnessed him take care of everyone with patience and care. Paul, you've accomplished so many great things in your career. You left lasting impressions on everyone you have interacted with. Your mission every day was to help at least one person, whether it was solving problems, getting answers, or just lending an ear to listen. You were always available to anyone and everyone. You have been a role model for me as a young officer that I look up to greatly and appreciate all the mentorship you provided, whether you knew you did or not. Your ability to cultivate relationships and bring a sense of peace and fun to every situation is truly remarkable. No matter what chaos was going on, I knew everything was going to be okay if you were around. And you never forgot to smile or have fun, even on the darkest of days. We've talked a bit about the uncertainty the future has in store for you. Security Forces, all of you known for the past 20 years. And you don't know exactly what you want to do when you grow up, if you ever grow up. But no matter where you go, I know you will make tomorrow and every single day after You will wake up tomorrow and every single day after with the same mission you have had the last 21 years. How can I help at least one person today? I wish you the best of luck on this next chapter in the book of life. Make sure to cherish every moment, past and present, and to appreciate this well-deserved quality time with the important people around you. And don't forget, your issued security forces family is just down the road in case you need anything from your new job across the street. Or when Mayumi kicks you out of the house because you're boring her with stories about the good old days, because I know those are going to come. Thank you again for 21 years of distinguished service to the United States Air Force and a grateful nation.
Thank you, Captain Troy. Ladies and gentlemen, please rock the Meritorious Service Medal.
Publish the order.
Attention orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Meritorious Service Medal to Technical Sergeant Paul M. Richards for meritorious service from 1 December 2017 to 31 December 2024. Technical Sergeant Paul M. Richards distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Anti-Terrorism Program Manager, 35th Security Forces Squadron, 35th Mission Support Group, Misawa Air Base, Japan. During this period, Sergeant Richards served as the Wing Commander's primary advisor on all force protection threats within 5th Air Force's largest base cluster in the northernmost sector of Japan. He led anti-terrorism measures protecting $3.5 billion in U.S. Air Force aircraft, a Space Force ballistic missile warning system, and Navy electronic attack and reconnaissance platforms. Moreover, Sergeant Richards deployed 2 teams as the Chief of Logistics and Readiness. He equipped 26 members for Exercise Cope North 2023 and collaborated with USFJ to deliver 9 members in 3 hours for the Group of Seven's Hiroshima Summit, fueling strategic exchanges across 7 allied nations. Finally, Sergeant Richards oversaw the Armory's first modernization and renovation, increasing storage by 50% for $1 million worth of equipment. His leadership was pivotal in his team receiving the Wings Team of the Quarter award. The distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Richards culminate a long and distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Please remain standing for the publishing of the retirement order.
Publish the order.
Special order number Alpha Charlie-012460, Technical Sergeant Paul M. Richards. Effective 1 January 2025, you are relieved from active duty from the 35th Security Forces Squadron, Misawa Air Base, Japan. You are retired effective 1 January 2025 after 21 years and 28 days of active service per Air Force Instruction 36-3203 in the grade of Technical Sergeant. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, airmen from the 35th Security Forces Squadron will perform a flag folding ceremony in honor of Technical Sergeant Richards' service and retirement. For more than 200 years, the American flag has been the symbol of our nation's unity, as well as a source of pride and inspiration for millions of citizens. Born on June 14, 1777, the Second Continental Congress determined that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternating between 7 red and 6 white, and that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field representing a new constellation. Between 1777 and 1960, the shape and design of the flag evolved into the flag presented before you today. The 13 horizontal stripes represent the original 13 colonies, while the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardiness and valor. White signifies purity and innocence. And blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Traditionally, a symbol of liberty, the American flag has carried the message of freedom and inspired Americans both at home and abroad. In 1814, Francis Scott Key was so moved at seeing the stars and stripes waving after the British shelling of Baltimore's Fort McHenry that he wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. In 1892, the flag inspired Francis Bellamy to write the Pledge of Allegiance, our most famous flag salute and patriotic oath. In 1969, the American flag was flown in space when Neil Armstrong placed it on the surface of the moon. Today, our flag flies on constellations of Air Force satellites that circle the globe, and on the fin flash of our aircraft in harm's way in every corner of the world. Indeed, it flies in the heart of every airman who serves our great nation. The sun never sets on our U.S. Air Force, nor the flag we so proudly cherish. Since 1776, no generation of Americans has been spared the responsibility of defending freedom. Today's airmen remain committed to preserving the freedom that others won for us for generations to come. By displaying the flag and giving it its distinctive fold, we show respect to the flag and express our gratitude to those individuals who fought and continue to fight for our freedom, at home and abroad. Since the dawn of the 20th century, airmen have proudly flown the flag in every major conflict on lands and skies around the world. It is their responsibility, our responsibility, to continue to protect and preserve the rights, privileges, and freedoms that we as Americans enjoy today. The United States flag represents who we are. It stands for the freedom we all share and the pride and patriotism we feel for our country. We cherish its legacy as a beacon of hope to one and all. Long may it wave. Every retiree receives a special retirement pin as a memento of their active duty service. At this time, we invite Technical Sergeant Richard's wife, Mayumi, to come forward and present his retirement pin to symbolize a transition from active duty to retired status. earned a certificate of retirement from General David W. Alvin, Air Force Chief of Staff, and Colonel Paul Davidson, Commander, 35th Fighter Wing, as well as a certificate of appreciation from the President of the United States and from Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, David A. Flossie. This certificate reads, "This presentation is a certificate from the Armed Forces of the United States of America, and to all who see these, presents greeting. This is to certify that Technical Sergeant Paul M. Richards, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force on the 31st day of December 2024. Signed, General David W. Alvin, Air Force Chief of Staff, and Colonel Paul Davidson, Commander, 35th Fighter Wing." Next, we would like to present Tech Sergeant Richards with a certificate of appreciation from the President of the United States. This certificate reads, "I extend to you personal thanks and sincere appreciation of our grateful nation for your contribution of the honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during a critical time in its history, with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of the military service. I trust that in the coming years you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you serve. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifices made to ensure the protection of our American freedoms. My best wishes to you for happiness and success in the future." Signed, George W. Bush, Commander-in-Chief from 2000 to 2008. Lastly, we have a certificate of appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. This certificate reads, This presentation is a certificate from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. I am proud to join your friends and family in congratulating you on your retirement from the United States Air Force. The achievements and contributions you have made throughout your career are indicative of the core values of your great service. Your retirement is well deserved, but your selfless contributions will be sorely missed. On behalf of all airmen, thank you for your faithful and devoted service to our nation. As this chapter in your life closes and a new one begins, I hope the years ahead are filled with more great memories and continued success. Signed, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, David A. Flossie. At this time, we invite Technical Sergeant Richard's wife, Mayumi, to come forward to be presented with a certificate of appreciation from General David W. Alvin, Air Force Chief of Staff, Colonel Paul Davidson, Commander, 35th Fighter Wing, and Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, David A. Flossie. This certificate reads, "In grateful appreciation, the United States Air Force presents this certificate of recognition to Mayumi Richards for the commitment and numerous contributions that have made positive impacts to the nation's defense. Thank you for the support which gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service." Signed, General David W. Alvin, Air Force Chief of Staff, and Colonel Paul Davidson, Commander, 35th Fighter Wing. Next, we would like to present a certificate of appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. The certificate reads, "On behalf of all Air Force airmen and their families, the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force presents this certificate of appreciation to Mayumi Richards. I join your spouse, family, and friends in thanking you for the numerous contributions and sacrifices you made in support of our United States Air Force. Your dedication gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service in the defense of our nation." Signed, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, David A. Flossie. The 35th Security Forces Squadron would now like to present a going away to Tech Sergeant Paul Richards. Would Technical Sergeant Aber please come forward for the presentation?
Sorry.
What does it say?
After the photo. Alright, so it says, Tech Sergeant Paul Richards,
2024. Thank you for your dedication to our great nation after 21 years of honorable service. Countless airmen you have led and mentored. The torch is passed, we have to watch. Be at ease and good luck in your next chapter. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost.
If anyone else has any gifts that they would like to present Technical Sergeant Richards, please come forward at this time. Thank you. During the career of an Air Force Security Forces member, there are few things that are more precious to us than the Security Forces Beret and our Security Forces Police Shield. This piece of cast metal symbolizes to security forces and everyone we come in contact with the rule of law, the desire to serve a cause greater than our own, and an unwavering integrity to protect those who need our help. Today, we will once and for all retire the Security Forces badge that was issued to Airman Paul Richards 21 years ago. As a means to do this, I would like to propose a toast. This tradition began with the Tsars of Russia over 300 years ago. It was given on only the most special occasions and was executed by charging glasses, which were very expensive and precious at the time. And then, immediately after the toast, the goblets would be smashed. This was done so that no mortal would ever be able to participate in that toast again. At this time, will all past and present Security Forces E7s and above and pre-identified members please come forward and join Technical Sergeant Richards for the retirement of his Security Forces badge and a final toast. Would all Security Forces E6s and above, past and present, please come forward to participate in the toast.
You got water?
I need water. Anybody can get water.
We're gonna share shots.
Yeah, I guess. There's no glasses. There's no glasses. There's glasses, but there's no water for me, Costa. It's okay. Grab a bottle.
Do the badge.
The badge.
Hey, Sergeant Smith got it? Show how to do Sergeant Smith. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that I present to you Technical Sergeant Paul M. Richards, United States Air Force, retired.
And that shot was awesome. You guys are tall. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to my retirement ceremony. I can't tell you truly how much it means to me to have so many people here to support me. Captain Troy, thank you for taking the time to officiate my ceremony and leading me into closing this chapter of my career. Master Sergeant Butler, S4 team, I can't thank you enough for putting together my retirement ceremony, especially when my decisiveness left us with just 1 month to get it all together and ready. Colonel Bell, thank you so much for attending. I know you've got your vacation coming up, but thank you for taking the time to come. I really appreciate that you're here. Yes, sir. To my littlest sister Shannon, who flew all the way here from Texas to see me, it means the world to me that you could be here for the end. I'm sorry for how much of your life I have missed, but know that I have joined out of a desire to protect you, to keep you safe, and ensure that you can live in peace after 9/11. Thank you for everything, and I love you so much. Oto-san, Oka-san, One-chan, hontou ni arigatou gozaimasu. Kyou watashi no tame ni kite, kurete totemo siowase desu. And to my wife, thank you so much for being by my side through all the ups and downs. Your love and support has continued to push me and make me better, and I am so thankful to have you in my life. I love you so very much, and I am so excited for our next chapter. Okay, before I continue, I'd like to present my family with some gifts. So as a brand new airman who hadn't even hit flight yet at Elmendorf Air Force Base, Alaska, I recall going to a retirement ceremony for a technical sergeant who had completed 20 years of service at that time. Being so new at the time, the idea of a retirement ceremony hadn't even entered into my thoughts, and yet here I am, having carried that torch from him, where I am now 21 years later, and passing it to the youngest airman in the room. Whether you do 4 or 20, you now carry with you the responsibility of continuing on the legacy from those who came before you, the heritage of sacrifice over self and making it better for those who are still to come. I am not a man of many words. I have always felt that actions speak louder than words. I have always tried to lead and inspire by action and by being genuine, to care for people and be the leader that they needed. We have a saying when things are constantly changing, a way for us to roll with the punches, separate Gumby. But it doesn't also apply to terrible, ever-changing, hurry-up-and-wait situations. It applies to supervising because one glove does not fit all. You have to fit your leadership style to the needs of the individual. If we are not able to take care of our people, then we will fail as an organization. I am so proud of the strides our career field has taken to take care of its people. When I was an airman, we were constantly going to Iraq and Afghanistan, and the career field was very hard on itself. We've grown into a time of empathy, of caring, and I absolutely believe we are better for it. I am proud of the strides we have taken to create a career field for all peoples. I leave you now with this, to continue to take care of one another, to look out for one another, to push for the kind of place you want to see. Be kind, be genuine, and I know we will only find success in the challenges ahead. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your lives. Thank you for being my brothers and sisters, my family, for the last 21 years. I am forever grateful. Thank you.
Control to all posts and patrols. Control to all posts and patrols. Stand by for the following net message and hold all radio traffic for Defender Richards. Defender Richards, control.
Go for Defender Richards.
Control to Technical Sergeant Paul Richards. Today we retire the security police badge that was issued to Airman Richards 21 years ago. On behalf of all the Pit Vipers of the 35th Security Forces Squadron and the rest of the airmen you've led throughout your service, we thank you for your 21 years of devotion to duty and dedicated service to our country and the United States Air Force. As of 20 December 2024 at 1100 hours, you are relieved of duty and secured for the last and final time. Enjoy your retirement, sir. We have the watch. Security Forces leads the way. Pull up.
The men and women of the 35th Security Forces Squadron are proud to have served with Technical Sergeant Richards. We wish him and his family continued success here in Misawa, Japan, and their next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to an end, please rise for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Guests are invited to personally congratulate the Richards family and attend a small reception in the rear of the ballroom.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here we come, soon to meet our thunder. And now, give her the gun, give her the gun! Down we dive, spouting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, we're down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Thank you for attending.
I heard. I was like, dang it. Please come on.
I don't know where that is. I want to get there. Enjoy the process. So, I mean, say, it's not much. Very little snow, some ice. So we're I know. I returned.
Oh yeah, yeah. For the rest of no, thanks, guys. Okay. We're all gonna be yeah, please come back.
I don't know how you shut that up. Oh, finish?
Yeah, probably.